Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney Alma and this is the mid-year WIP Parade 2023. I have my water ready. I have beautiful, gorgeous WIPs in front of me. My works in progress. I cannot wait to show you. So let's just go ahead and get started. My first one that I have is Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplers. And this I've stitched on 32 count gray Confederate. So that is my progress so far. Of course I wanted to start with Cross Stitch Nation. This is the absolute best community. We get to share our love of cross stitch, and Flosstube is just incredible. So of course that is my work in progress on that piece. Pulling out all my WIPs, it makes me want to stitch them all at once. I just wish there was more hours in the day. There's not, but there's so many in this pile that I want to be able to put my hands on and get some stitches in. This next one, I forgot I even had, honestly, and I don't know why, so I need to pull it out for my Sunday stitching. But this was a pattern on Etsy. It's no longer available, but I know other designers have used the scripture. There's plenty other patterns that have the scripture on it, so you can be able to find them there. But this is Jeremiah 29 verse 11, and I'm just stitching this actually on just this duck linen 28 count even weave, and with black. And with it being the 28 count, I wanted it a little smaller, so I'm doing 1/1 to make it like smaller. I cannot wait to have this one stitched. It's very beautiful. I love the font of it. And I can't find this pattern anymore. But like I said, I had ordered it. It's just the scripture. I had ordered it off Etsy and I can't even find the shop anymore. But it's a very beautiful scripture. That is Jeremiah 29:11. So that's my progress on it. My next one is my big toe design. This is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And I am stitching this on, this was a piece, here let me scoot this over. This was a piece of just 28 count like even weave that I had. So I'm not quite sure on exactly like where the fabric came from. This was a piece that was given to me, so I'm not quite sure on it, but this is on 28 count, I do know that. But this is What a Friend We Have in Jesus by my big toe design, and that's my progress so far. Okay, my next one is Halloween Welcome by Thistles. And I just stitched this on 32 count beige linen, and that's by Week Style Works. And that's my progress. I love this. I really love this fabric. I didn't want to cut it, so that's why it's so big and folded up. For this pattern's not that big to be able to have, but I don't want to cut it. It's very beautiful. I really enjoy stitching on this one. This is that 32 count beige linen by Week Style Works. But that's my progress of Halloween Welcome. Try to keep this stacked back in order as I move along. Okay, so we are moving on to Plum Street Samplers. This is the day. I just showed this in a previous video. I stitched this on 18 count vintage country mocha. I'm not quite sure if it's focusing for you to be able to see. Hopefully it is. But if you saw my previous video, this is the same. I haven't gotten any stitches in on it since I have showed it last. This pattern is very, very beautiful. It says, "This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." So I absolutely love it. It's very stunning and cannot wait to have that one done one day. My next one, I can't believe I haven't finished this one yet. This one is Heartstring Samplers, the Old Rugged Cross. This was before I bought the Sunday Stitches book, the booklet that she has. This is a pattern I bought before that. And I just stitched this one on 28 count coffee dyed fabric. And oh, hopefully it'll focus. It's so beautiful. I don't have much left of it, honestly. I need to pull this one back out and just go ahead and get it finished. Maybe I'll make a pile, since going through my WIPs. I'll make a pile of projects that I have that are very close to being finished, and maybe try to work through some of those at first, so I feel a little bit more accomplished with them all. But I honestly don't have too many compared to previous WIP parades, but there's a ton that I want to get finished and go ahead and get those fully finished as well. But this was the Old Rugged Cross by Heartstring Samplers. So there was that one. And I put my Heartstring Samplery work in progress together. This one, once I had gotten the Heartstring Samplery booklet of the Sunday Stitches, I am working on Amazing Grace. And it's actually right here in the front, so I can show you the pattern. Well, not the pattern, but what it looks like when it's finished. And 'twas Grace hath brought me safe this far, and grace will lead me home. I love stitching on these patterns. I love all the older hymns. Is very beautiful, and I love singing it in my head as I'm stitching these. I stitched this on chestnut 32 count linen witchelt, and I love it. I love how the threads stand out more on this fabric too. Very beautiful. So that's my progress on it. Let's see. Okay, that's my bag for it. All right, my next one is Little House Needleworks. This is Winter ABCs. And I can't for the life of me figure out which fabric this is. I looked back on previous videos because this is the same fabric that I used for Christmas List by Silver Creek Samplers. And I can't figure out exactly. I know I got it off Etsy, and it was like Storm something. If I can find, I can go back on and see where it was from. I will link it below. But this is the fabric. I honestly think I might change this fabric as I was stitching it. I do really like, even though I hadn't put many stitches in it, I do really like the fabric it calls for. And it calls for 32 count Vintage Tundra by Lakeside Linens. If not, maybe something very similar. This, as I was stitching it, I'm just not quite sure. So I think that's why I stopped, because I was unsure on the fabric anyways. But I do love this pattern. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully it'll focus so you can see. But this is Winter ABCs by Little House Needleworks. And like I said, I didn't get much done because I was unsure on the fabric choice. So we'll see when I stitch. I believe I have this planned out to work on it during Christmas stitching in July. And I'll see if I change this fabric, completely start over, or if I continue stitching on this. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so this one is Little House Needleworks October's Party. I love this one. It's so pretty. I hope you can see it. And I'm using all the Call For Classic Colorworks for this pattern. And this is just on like 16 count that I had lightly dunked myself. So this is my progress. I am so close to having this one finished. And I love it. I love it on the 16 count. It's very easy to stitch and it's beautiful. So hopefully this will be a finish for this year. Fingers crossed. Hopefully I'll get this one done. But I thoroughly enjoy it. It says, October gave a party, the leaves by hundreds came, the chestnuts, oaks, and maples, and leaves of every name. The sunshine spread a carpet, and everything was grand. Miss Weather led the dancing, and Professor Wind the band. It's so cute. I love it. So that's October's party. And that's going to be fun to pick that one back up and work on. Alright, my next one is Waxy Moon Designs. This is Autumn Blessing. And I just stitched this on the called for 32 count antique white, that Joe blend that it's called for. And this one says, may your blessings be as countless as the autumn leaves. Haven't gotten much done on it, but there is my progress. This makes me excited for fall when I was going through my works in progress, and I can't wait to start stitching some fall things. But next is Christmas in July, so that's what we're moving on to. Okay, speaking of Christmas in July, this next pattern I will be working on during Christmas in July. So this is Waxing Moon Designs, Search the Sky. And I'm stitching this on the called for 28 count blue spruce casual linen. I love that one so much. It makes me think of the Santa Claus movies growing up. So when I stitch this, I like to watch the Santa Claus. Haven't gotten too much done with it, and I'm very excited to pick this up. I believe on my schedule for Christmas stitching in July, I am going to have a WIP weekends, and this is a part of one of my days during that weekend, like one of the weekends to work on. So I'm excited to pick that one back up as well. Alright, this one is Silver Creek Samplers. This is Give Greatly. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Monaco that I coffee dyed myself. And you guys, I am pretty much done with this, you would think, by looking at it. But I guess as I was stitching, I had gotten the whites mixed up somehow with my stitching. Somehow a 3865 got mixed in with my white. And it's not too bad. This is all correct. It's like this far corner that's above the year that it's messed up. It's the 3865 here. So I need to go back and frog that and restitch it in the white, and all I have left is the bunny, and then I am done with this piece. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping this is a part of my WIP weekends during Christmas stitching in July, and I'm hoping this one will be a finish. I'm very excited. It's such a beautiful, beautiful pattern. It says, your greatness is not what you have, but what you give. And oh, it goes underneath here as well. So I need to frog from here, all of that right there, pull that out, and then restitch with the white. And I don't know how I passed that, how I missed the white, but oh well, we will frog it and move on from it, and hopefully, like I said, that will be a finish. Okay, this one is Mary Claus. This is the Tier Tray Tidbit by Stitching with the Housewives. And I have two patterns right here that are whips, and this one, they're both stitched on the 28 count white Monaco. So this one is Mary Claus, and put that with it. And this one is Santa's Tree Farm. This is the roundabout. And like I said, just stitched on that 28 count white Monaco. So those were the progress that I've gotten done so far. Hopefully I will get this finished next month as well. Okay, so this is Primitive Merry Christmas Pillow by Abby Rose Designs. I love this one so much, and I cannot believe, I was thinking about when was the last time I picked this one up, was whenever I did the 12 by 12 New Year's Eve stitching, and I was team WIP, so this is one of the WIPs that I was working on, and that was the last time that I picked this one up, and I'm so sad. I need to get this one finished. I just stitched this one on the called for Picture This Plus brash, I should say. I'm getting tongue-tied. Picture This Plus brash. It is stunning fabric. I love stitching on it. I need to get this one done, and I know this one is a part of one of the days for the WIP weekends as well. Very beautiful, and I want to fully finish it the way that she has it as well. So pretty. So there's that one. I'm gonna start another stack right here. All right, moving on, still with Christmas stitching. This is Little House Needleworks Crinkles. Now, I knew when I bought this pattern it was gonna be huge. I knew it was gonna take me forever in a day, but I could not pass this up. It is so darling. The little toy store and all the detail work of this pattern, I knew I had to stitch it. I didn't care how long it took, and it's gonna take me forever. But I'm so excited to show you the progress, and I'm stitching this on the called for the 30 count Parisian gray linen. So this is on the called for, and it's so beautiful. It's gonna take me, like I said, forever. There's so much detail work in it. Let me see if I can show you closer. Let's see if you can see closer. It looks like it's focusing. So hopefully you can see all the beautiful detailing in it. And I'm just using the call for DMC for it. And like I said, this is the progress so far, but it's beautiful. I can't wait. One day I'll have this fully finished, and it's going to be stunning to have in my home. So we will eventually have that one stitched. Let me scoot all this over. Okay, so my next one is A Good Night Santa. This one's 04 by Lizzie Kate. And this is just stitched on 28 count Monaco that I coffee dyed. I didn't put as much modeling in it as my previous project that I dyed. This one I think was double dunked, I believe, for it to be that color. But I didn't do much modeling. So this is as much as I've gotten done so far. I don't have the original pattern on me. I just have the paper copy, so I can't show you that one. But it's not much detailing left. All I have is his face, his candle. There's like a little mug and mouse and cookie. Just a few little details, and his face really is all that's left. And you will see this again in Christmas stitching in July. All right, put that bag. My next one is by Little Robin Designs. This one's Autumn Sampler. And it says, life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. And ain't that true? I love fall. Definitely comment below what's your favorite season. I hate to say a fall, just fall, because some of you guys like Christmas, and I love Christmas stitching, but I think fall is my favorite season. And this is a beautiful pattern. I'm not sure on the fabric. I keep wanting to stick it in this pile, and this whole pile of WIPs is just gonna fall over, so I need to start putting them right here in front of me. but I'm not quite sure on the fabric. This was a piece of scrap fabric that I had that was given to me, so I'm not sure. But I love the modeling that it had in it, so I thought it was perfect for this pattern. And this is as much progress as I've gotten done so far. I do know it looks like, yes, 28 count. So it is stitched on 28 count. But it's just like this beautiful modeling that's got like just the dark kind of sky. It's like grayish with a little bit slight hint of blue mixed in it. So there's that one. My next pattern is Halloween in Quilt, and I'm not even gonna say, I'm just gonna show you the designer. I don't want to mess it up. I love this pattern so much. All the detail work in it is just gorgeous. This is Halloween in Quilt, and I tried to fold it enough so you guys can see. It's big because I'm stitching it on just 28 count. This is like dyed Monaco that you can get from 123 Stitch that's already slightly just tea dyed. So that's what this is stitched on. But the detail of this pattern, I love it so much. So I can't wait to pick that one back up. And I'm just using all the call for DMC. So that one is Halloween in Quilt. My next one is Pumpkins and Bats by Teresa Kogut. And this one says, pumpkins and bats on Halloween night with witches and cats give mortal a fright. Oh, it's so cute. Let's see if I can get closer so you can see it. Such a cute pattern, and I'm just stitching this on 28 count Monaco that I coffee dyed. I made it to where it was a little bit more extra like modeling on it, so it gave that just Halloween kind of feel with my stitching. So there's my progress on it. Okay, there's the bag for it. Alright, so this next one is Everyday Things by Heart and Hand. It's so beautiful. It says, the everyday sweet little things are the most beautiful. I love the detail to the house and the way that it even has this small stitching of home and friends and family. Very beautiful. And it also has the little detail of the heart that came with it that I'll attach at the end when I'm finished. This also was a piece of fabric that was given to me, so I'm not quite sure on it, but I thought it was very beautiful with this pattern. It's kind of this light pink peach kind of color, and is very, very beautiful. So I can't wait to have that one finished. That's my progress on Everyday Things. Alright, I only have two more. Let me pull out the chart. So this one is Lizzie Kate Winter Alphabet. And I am stitching this on just 28 count. This is that tea dyed fabric that I got from 123 Stitch. This is 28 count, just Monaco. And there's my progress on it. I love it. I love the beautiful colors that it has. Of course, the details are just absolutely, they're just so fun to stitch as well. They're absolutely beautiful. And I love this one. This one is Winter Alphabet by Lizzie Kate. Oh, just kidding. I have a couple more WIPs before my last one. Let's see. This one is the Prairie Schooler 2023 Santa. And I'm stitching him on that same 28 count tea-dyed Monaco from 123 Stitch. I guess I could fold it. and he is definitely going to be in my pile for working on WIPs during Christmas stitching in July. I love my Prairie Schooler Santas. They're very beautiful. Okay, my last WIP that I have is this is Viking by Violet Magic Shop on Etsy, and it's stitched on 16 count black Aida, and I am just using all the called for DMC for this project. And this one is going to be stitched for my husband. He loves Vikings, and I thought it was a cool pattern. Jade from Small Town Needleworks stitched this for one of her friends, and it was so cool when it was fully finished, and I can't wait to have this finished for him to be able to enjoy. And this ground guard is from Craft Shack Stitchery. She has very beautiful, fun, different patterns of ground guards in her shop. I'll have a link below as well. But this is Viking, my progress on it. There's a lot of different detail with all the different shading. So I have to take this in little pieces at a time because then I'll get bored and want to move on to something else. But once this is fully finished, it's going to be so super cool. So I can't wait to have that one done too. So that was all of my WIPs for my mid-year WIP Parade 2023. And I'm surprised I didn't have more. So I'm very excited about this. Like I said, I think I'm going to go through my pile and pull out ones that I'm very close to finishing and try to work on those and get some finishes done. I'm gearing up, of course, for Christmas stitching in July. So some of these, like I mentioned throughout the video, some of these Christmas stitches will be on my WIP weekends, and very excited for that. Next week will just be a regular Flosstube video. I will show you, I didn't want to show you this week because I'm going to show you next week my work in progress on God Bless America, Knee High, just some of the projects that I have recently been stitching on. So I will show those next week in a regular Flosstube, and then we are Christmas in July, full swing. I will see you then for that. But I hope everyone has a blessed week and happy stitching.